Hey guys, welcome back to DajibanLife. So here's the van. Sorry, the door's open. But here's the stance of the van now after messing with the shocks. I'm not sure. I guess the rear is maybe about an inch or two higher. So hopefully that'll keep me from bottoming out. The front's still a little high, so I don't think it's quite level. I think the front's a little bit higher than the back. So eventually, I think right now I have a the Ram 1500 truck spring up in front, the coil spring, and everything else is stock. And then I added a 1-inch spacer because I was hitting on the bump stops like pretty hardcore, even though they're pretty much cut down to nothing. I don't know if you can see them in there, but I added the 1-inch spacer because I was bottoming out in the front too much. But I think eventually, I think it could be because of a bad shock in the front, bad shocks. So I think eventually I'll get new shocks and maybe a Ram 3500 truck spring, because that'll raise up the height maybe about an inch or so. So I think that might be the ideal setup in the future. So I'll get around to that. But today, stupid door. But today I'm going to be, sorry about the mess. I didn't really clean up on Friday after work. I came to my parents' house. Oh yeah, I have to water the plants. So let me do that real fast. Oh yeah, this thing's still standing good. Alright, now that that's done, today's project, I went and bought some lumber yesterday. I thought about, as you can see, I kind of have it mocked up right here. But I'm building a bed. I've been not wanting to go horizontal. It's just cause personal preference. And I don't think wood belongs in a car. Like, cars aren't made out of wood. So I was kind of fighting against it. But if you look around here, there's not a lot of space right now with my bedding and my clothes and like just random boxes right now holding stuff that I don't really have a place. Like if the fridge goes there, oh by the way, the fridge was damaged during shipment, so I have to wait another week for that. But that's fine, it gives me more time to like make space, or it's be really cramped in here. So eventually I do want like a burner, like a camp stove thing like right here. And there's no place for the propane tank, even if I bought like a smaller one. I guess if I use like a 1 liter, those tiny ones, I have some back here. These guys, I guess if I use these guys, it wouldn't be that much of a problem. But I'm planning on maybe using something a little bit bigger than that. This is 1 pound, so like maybe a 5-pounder or a 10-pounder bottle. Build like a little thing for it. But yeah, there's no space because of this battery box is so humongous. So I figured, okay, I need to, you know, create some storage space here, and the only way to do that is to go vertical. So that's why I'm finally giving into the idea of having a horizontal bed, and it's gonna be fixed. It's gonna be there all the time. I found the last couple weeks that I've been living in the van that I don't like making my bed every morning. Just because like it's kind of a pain because it's so small inside that it's hard to sort of move around. So it'd be nice to just like have it set up here and just not worry about it and just, you know, get in and out of bed as I need to. So I decided to go with these wooden planks that are 1 by 12, I think. Wait, 1 by 12? What am I saying? 1 inch, yeah, 1 by 12 by 6. That's right. Sorry, I had a brain fart there. But I bought this mattress fold-out thing that I have, which is pretty comfortable. It's about 3 feet wide. So I just bought 3 of these planks. I thought about using like a plywood sheet, but I didn't know how the strength would be on that, and reinforcing it would be kind of tough. And I figured I was also worried about mold. because it's particle board, so it kind of absorbs, you know, moisture and might not be good. So I bought these planks, which I think might be better. I'm not sure. I'm not like a tree scientist or wood scientist or whatever, so I have no idea. But eventually I can like put some oil on these or something, like linseed oil or something, and then maybe have like a, you know, like a bed pad or whatever to kind of soak up some of the moisture that comes off my body at night. And also being in the air should help lift it up like this to have some airflow. And then the planks, since there's 3 of them, there will be some space in between. Maybe not, I'll butt them up against each other, but it will be sort of open there. So at least air can kind of get through. So I'm hoping that'll help. So yeah, I have it mocked up here. Just gonna be 3 planks, and then I'm gonna put some like 2x4s or something on this side to raise it up a little bit so I can fit this box under, which means I'm gonna have to, you know, lengthen out these solar power, the lines from coming from my solar panels, so that the box, because I don't think the box will be able to fit, or the lines won't reach if I put the box in right here. But that'll be nice, because then the outlets and stuff will be right underneath me as I sleep, which would be super convenient. I'll have a place to sit also. Right now I've just been sitting on the floor, and it's comfortable, but you know, like, you kind of like, sitting is kind of nice, just like standing is nice. Obviously I don't have enough space in this van to stand, but being able to sit might be nice, and I could, you know, get like a little folding table or something to like eat on and stuff. So that might be pretty good. So as much as I hate putting wood in the van, I think this is probably the best thing for me, because that'll clear up all this space right here, because this thing's like 3 feet wide by about 2 feet deep. So I'll just gain all this extra floor space. Even if I put the fridge right there, I'll have this whole area for activities. So yeah, I also got these drawers in for my hanging closet organizer thingy, which is key, because a bunch of my stuff, like my underwear and my socks and stuff, have been falling out as I drive. Even though I don't drive that much, since I sleep pretty close to work, I just found that they fall out a lot. So having those drawers will keep them in there. It's kind of nice. And the clothes rack is going strong. It's working real good. So I'm happy about that. And I'll end up building shelves like I mentioned before at some point. So it'll start coming together. It'll start looking real nice here pretty soon. Obviously I'm not really going for the aesthetic value of things. It's more function over form. But I guess eventually, as things, you know, progress, I'll probably like add little touches to it. I'm not sure how long I'm gonna be here, but I calculated if I live in the van for about 6 months, it should pay itself off. So that's you know, kind of nice, because 6 months is not that long to live in a van. Honestly, I kind of like it. I'm kind of enjoying it. I wish I could make food. That's kind of the next big step. I like how electricity and internet are more important than food and water at this point. Like, welcome to 2019, almost 2020, right? Being able to charge my phone is more important than having a water source. So that's another thing I need to figure out, is water. As far as like a bathroom and shower, the shower I just use at work, so they have a gym there, so it's not that bad. I think on the weekends though it could be sort of an issue, but usually I've been spending my time on the weekends like either at a friend's house, or someone I know will, you know, let me use their shower. So it hasn't really been an issue, but I can kind of see it becoming an issue at some point. I did have a gym membership for a while, but I might get one of those again. It's $20 a month or whatever. Planet Fitness, I think. So not that big a deal. But not having, like, being able to wash my hands is kind of a drag. I wish I could wash my hands sometimes. So I'm thinking of different things I can do about that. I can maybe build out a sink. I'm thinking maybe right here, near the door, as soon as I get it fixed, because this thing does not work. I guess I could take it off and try to fix it, the mechanism, but I think from the break-in it's just sort of irreparably damaged, because I know in here, this is where the outer knob, this little this gear with teeth or whatever, this is for the outer knob, and inside the housing for it is pretty much just bashed. It's cracked and stuff, so it probably needs replacing. But like I said yesterday, none of the junkyards around here have a Dodge van with a sliding door, So I'm gonna just have to wait for that. For now, I've just been using some locking pliers and grabbing onto the opening lever bar thingy, and just yanking on it, and it'll open from the inside. From the outside, it's not. I can't open it, so that's kind of a drag. It'd be nice to open the door, but yeah, I'm thinking maybe put the water thing here, so I have easy access to the water tanks, the gray water and the fresh water. So, but that's gonna happen maybe later. So anyway, let me get started on this this bed thingy, and then we'll be back. All right, here's the almost finished product. I just need to put in one more screw, but I need to move my battery box in order to do that. And in order to move my battery box, I need to move all my bedding basically onto here. But then I couldn't show you guys what I did. I was gonna, this is just kind of a test fit, and I was gonna pull it out and like screw on the legs and stuff and just sort of finish it off outside of the car and then bring it back inside the van after. But it was such a pain to get it in here that I thought it might be better to just finish it in here. So yeah, I didn't really plan that out very well, because these wheel wells, there's one back there, are supposed to be covered in sound deadening material, and I didn't do that. So I guess I'll do that eventually. I'll probably just lift up the bed frame thing that I've made here and do that. So I probably should have done that first. That's poor planning on my part. But yeah, there's extra weight over the rear wheels now, so I'm sort of worried about my springs. They're a little bit lower. The ride height's slightly lower now. So as I keep adding more weight, because I'm going to be adding a fridge that's like 80 pounds, and then the camper stove and propane and water. Hopefully I have a little sink like in this area. That might just start to make the rear so low that I'm going to be bottoming out again. So I'm going to have to plan for that eventuality. But basically for the bed, what I did was I took these planks that I bought, just put them side by side, and then these are 1x3s I think, and I just kind of ran them across like ribs, and then just for added, you know, to overbuild it a little bit, I put in 1x3 like kind of cross sections there. I don't know if you can see it. Maybe that'll be a better view. So hopefully that'll work out pretty nice. I've been sitting on it and stuff and bouncing up and down on it, and it seems to hold. And the great part is it fits my battery box. I don't know if you can tell that, but the battery box fits just under there, so it's kind of a perfect height. And I gained all this space to put stuff in. Obviously when I put my battery box under there, it'll come to about here probably, so I only really gained about that much space. But you know, now I'll have all this space to mess around with, so that's nice. Just to show you, I'll set this up. But yeah, if you can see here, it doesn't really bend all that much. I can lay down. This is me sitting in the middle, so it just makes some creaking noises, which kind of sucks, because I think the sound deadener would probably help with that, because the wood is rubbing against the metal right now. But even when I'm sitting on it, you can see that there's just enough clearance here. Oops, sorry, changed the shutter speed. But yeah, there's just enough clearance. It doesn't actually hit the battery box. Maybe if I'm bouncing up and down on it, not really. But yeah, I don't know. If I had two people on here, it might be a little bit more bowed, and I might actually hit the battery box. So I mean, I've sat on the battery box before, and it holds my weight, so I'm not too worried about it. But you know, I'd rather not be sitting on the batteries and stuff, because there's electrical equipment in there. I don't want to mess anything up. So you know, I'm probably not gonna have two people on my bed if I can help it. If anything, I can just pull the cushion off and maybe go on the floor or something. I don't know, but hopefully that won't be necessary. So yeah, let me get that last screw in there and put my bedding on the frame here, and yeah, see how that works. Alright, so there it is. New bed. Got the bedding on there. I'm probably gonna maybe try to purchase some sort of like a foam, like a mattress pad or something. Just so, again, the condensation or like the moisture from my body when I sleep doesn't get like into the wood and cause it to mold, basically. And I'm also probably going to treat it with some kind of oil in the future. But for now I don't have to do, because it's Sunday evening and I need to get back to the city so I can set up for the night. But yeah, it works pretty good. I got my heated blanket on the bottom layer here, so that this just plugs into a 12 volt, which I have on my battery box down here. So on really cold nights I can just turn that on. I've only had to use it once so far. It was really cold in the morning one day, so I turned it on for like 10 minutes before I got out of bed. But yeah, it's just looking nice. I think once I get the line lengthened for the battery box for the solar panels, that can just kind of sit under here and have easy access to all the power right here. So that'll be nice. I definitely need to, probably before I leave today for the night, before I wrap up, I'm probably going to sound deaden the wheel wells at least, if not the walls, on both sides, while I have the bed kind of out of the way, just to get it done. But yeah, that's it for this week. I might come back here next week. I don't need to water the plants anymore because my parents are coming back from the trip. So I might just, you know, stick it out, maybe go to the beach or something. But there's a lot of work to do still, so I might not be traveling so much yet on the weekends, which was kind of the plan. But yeah, I think once the fridge comes in, that should be coming in this week. That'll be nice. I'll order the cooktop. I'm gonna take some measurements because it looks like my bed's kind of might be in the way now. Might not be enough room to put a cooktop because of the fridge, but we'll see about that. And then my shelving, definitely, the design of the shelving is definitely going to change because now there's a bed in the way. So maybe I can just do like one layer or one level of shelving, and then maybe have the cooktop like on the floor maybe, and stick the propane tank maybe under there somewhere, like on the corner. But I'll have to figure all that out. I can build like a little box for it where the propane tank can go in, and maybe vent it to the outside, either through the wheel well, or I've been thinking of venting through the, this is the gas filler cap is right behind here, and the gas neck goes down into the gas tank, and so this is accessible from the outside. So I was thinking of maybe once I get a charger that can charge my batteries from shore power, running that through here, and then also installing a vent on this, because it's kind of a waste of, I don't know, it's an easy access to the outside, but it's not open to the outside, you know what I mean? Like it's inside the gas filler cap, so you still get fresh air, but like there's not like a vent attached to like the side of the van like people can see. So that's pretty stealth, I think, just to pull some extra air in, especially when I'm cooking, pulling fresh air in through there and out through my max fan. That'd just be a direct line to get all the cooking smells out, because I don't want my clothes smelling like crap. So yeah, we'll see about that. I'm kind of learning as I'm going and kind of figuring things out as I go, just to see, like this wasn't part of my plan originally, but just because I needed more storage space, it kind of happened. So yeah, as I'm living in it, I'm kind of learning like what I need, so, and kind of building to that. So that's kind of cool. But yeah, that's it. That's gonna be it for this week. Thanks for watching, and yeah, see you next week.